Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for joining us at the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. I myself, Nick, am sitting here with...
Big Daddy Don.
Oh, we're sitting with Big Daddy Don, apparently, today.
I'm a father now. It's Father's Day. I thought I'd break the news to you.
Shout out to Father's Day.
And Big Daddy Don.
What?
I'm a daddy now.
You're not being serious.
I bought a goldfish yesterday.
Oh, fuck. Oh, these intros just get better and better every time.
That's it, man. I'm working on my craft.
Yeah. So, anybody, thanks for checking out the show. We're going to do a look back show today. This isn't going to be a round table or a intercontinental title or any other type of show. We're going to do more of a traditional look back, but we're going to change it up, and we're just going to talk about all the past Money in the Bank winners. So this will be Money in the Bank look back, basically. Yeah, it was kind of an idea that Donovan came up with. We figured we should do that, seeing that Money in the Bank is this weekend, June 17th on Father's Day, like he said. New father of a goldfish. But yeah, what do you want to? Should I just get right into it, or is there anything you wanted to say to the people before we dive in?
No, I'm ready to dive in on this. It's a good topic. Got a lot to talk about. For all the way back to the first winner, Edge.
Perfect. I was gonna say perfect. You just did half my work there.
Oh yeah.
For me, so Edge was the first Money in the Bank winner. I feel like we should talk more before we go into this, but
Where did he win it? Was it at a Money in the Bank pay-per-view?
No, it was at WrestleMania 21 in Los Angeles, California. I know that so well because, as I've said many times, that was the first Mania that I've ever seen live as a kid. So definitely has a special place in my heart with that pay-per-view. And I remember it was Chris Jericho's idea. Like, I don't know whose idea it actually was.
Yeah, I remember the build-up, yeah.
But in the storyline, it was like Jericho was like, why don't we have 6 guys? We'll put a contract in the top. We'll have a ladder match, this and that. It was, it was cool that it was a wrestler, in quotes, the one who was coming up with the idea for the match. And that's kind of how it all started. And they stuck with that for a while with having it at WrestleMania. But I don't know. This one was really good. I mean, you had Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, Shelton Benjamin, Kane, Christian, and Edge, obviously, the winner.
Damn.
It's a pretty good one. Definitely a good one to start. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the first ever Money in the Bank match?
Well, looking at those guys, I feel like anybody could have won it, eh? Anyone? Like, I would have went with any of those guys.
I guess.
Anybody could have won there.
Sorry if that was loud.
It was a launching pad, too, for some guys.
I remember Benoit looked like he was going to win. Like, at the end of the match, Benoit was the one
got screwed at the end.
Yeah, like, he was about to grab the belt, and then Edge came in with a chair and smoked him in the arm and then kind of won the heel. And then he had that briefcase for a long time. Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Anybody in that match, I think, could have won. They certainly pushed the star power. I mean, I don't know, like, was Shelton... I guess that was like...
He had some wicked moments in
that was like
match,
peak
too.
Shelton, too. Yeah, and him climbing up the ladder, that's like the first time ever that happened.
Yeah.
Was with him, so... Yeah. The match itself was really good. I remember kind of like you said, some of the first spots that they did in that match, like it hadn't happened before. Mm-hmm. So it was cool. Obviously, with the first, match like that, you're going to have that first spots like that happening, but I don't know. I guess going on to Edge cashing it in against John Cena at New Year's Resolution. I remember this was peak time of me watching it. So we had bought that pay-per-view. I watched that pay-per-view live. Yeah. I remember the the Elimination Chamber getting pulled up, Vince McMahon's music hitting, him coming out and telling us that this gentleman was cashing in his Money in the Bank
What
contract.
year was that exactly again?
2005. And then Edge came out with Lita, and I don't know if he just gave him one spear or not. I can't remember, but he beat Cena after Cena was all bloody after surviving the Elimination Chamber that was with, Masters and Carlito and I don't remember, Shawn Michaels,
Kurt Angle? I think Kurt Angle was one of the first guys out.
Yeah, weird. I just remember because I loved that match because I loved Carlito and Kurt Angle. They were two of my favorites, and they were both in that Elimination Chamber match. But if you don't have anything else to say about that match, I mean, it was the first one. I don't know if you want to spend more time on it than some of the others. It's a pretty significant match to have, and it's continued from the 13, 15 years that precede it.
Well, not like so much about the match, but more about Edge at that time. Like,
launching pad.
It meant a lot for him because I remember, when he won it and afterwards, I might have not been following as closely as I was beforehand. You know what I mean? I remember the whole build-up of Edge coming into the main event title picture and always like becoming so close, and then that character of him kind of becoming obsessed with, wanting to be the champion.
Yeah.
Which ultimately turned into this rated R.
Didn't he kind of, I remember I had stopped watching wrestling around, I don't know, 7 or so.
Yeah.
So didn't he turn the whole Ultimate Opportunist thing into his character kind of, and that all stemmed from being Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
Because that was like an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I think you just said like he won another Money in the Bank. Did he not?
No.
I don't know. We'll go through it.
No.
But I swear he won another one down the line. And he cashed in twice.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I don't know.
We'll see.
I guess we'll find
yeah.
out. We're going to go through basically all of them. But we can move through to the next one. Do you know what it is before I say it?
The second winner?
2006?
I believe it was Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, I was going to say you should because we did a look back.
Yeah, and that's my guy.
Handy's your guy. But we also did a look back of One Night Stand where he cashed in his briefcase and had the match with Cena, right? So, I don't remember the match. I have it on DVD, but it was RVD, Matt Hardy, Shelton Benjamin, Ric Flair, Finlay, and Bobby Lashley. That's odd to have Ric Flair in that match, especially in
Bobby Lashley?
2006. Yeah, Bobby Lashley.
This didn't... Oh, yeah, okay, so this did take place at 22.
Yeah, not 23 when he had the match with...
That's why I got confused.
Umaga. But, yeah, I don't know. Is there anything you want to talk about, specifics about the match, or any of the guys in it?
Maybe just up on Van Dam, really.
Shoot.
Just because, he was the second guy to win it, and he took a completely different approach than Edge. He straight up was like, you know what? This is where I want to fight you. Let's do it in my backyard. You're coming here.
Mm-hmm.
And Cena, being the champ he was, fighting defending champ. And I think at that time, Cena might have been on a lengthy title reign, too. Like, I feel like he might have had the belt for quite some time before that match took place.
Probably.
Right?
I'm not 100% sure, but probably.
And just huge for Van Dam to finally get that WWE title. He didn't hold it very long.
No, because didn't he have...
some type of wellness violation?
Yeah, something that...
Yeah.
That sucks.
It might have been like one pay-per-view that he defended it, and that was it.
But Shelton Benjamin with 2 in a row, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know how I feel about Ric Flair in a ladder match in 2006.
Hey, man, Ric Flair in 2006 was doing a lot of crazy shit.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy, I think he stands out in that match a little bit. I think I remember some cool twist of fate.
Yeah.
He might have done, I don't know. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen that match, but I figure this show's more just for us to check out.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? We're going to run through them. We got them in front of us here, and we'll give our quick thoughts and opinions. Yeah, anything else you want to talk about in that one?
No, well, I don't remember if I had said this on our ECW show way back when we reviewed when Van Dam won the belt.
Yeah.
But I just remember, man, like, this is a guy who I feel like he could have had the ball like so much earlier on in his WWE career.
Absolutely.
It wasn't too late, but it was just like, finally, kind of like, I don't want to compare it to a Rusev, but, like if Rusev was to get the Money in the Bank in this upcoming show in 2018, people would kind of be like, finally.
Yeah.
Not with as much anticipation, I guess, because Van Dam had maybe been in the company since when? I want to say like 2001, probably.
Probably. I remember he was rocking the tiger print and the...
Yeah.
And that's... I know I had that King of the Ring 2002.
The tiger print, yes. Wicked. I also remember him decking out the briefcase with his airbrush painting.
Very cool.
That was pretty awesome.
They started that early with the switching of that. But I guess we can go on. Before we move on to the next one, I want to do the normal, the PW LookBack. Check it out at PW LookBack, Instagram and Twitter. Pro Wrestling LookBack on Facebook and YouTube. The email is prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. ProWrestlingLookback.wordpress.com has every episode posted. It's the YouTube videos basically just posted onto a website, so it's all in one place. If you want to do that, go there, subscribe on YouTube as well, whatever's easier. We just kind of have both. We will be getting more stuff in the future. We're just going to kind of stick with this for now and see where it goes. anybody that is listening to these episodes and checking it out, we thank you very much. And yeah, we'll move on to the next one. Mr. Kennedy.
Oh, fuck me. Really?
WrestleMania 23.
Jesus Christ. No wonder I couldn't remember it.
Yeah, not one of Donovan's favorites. But let me give you all the people in the match before we just talk about the Kennedy. So we had Mr. Kennedy. We had Edge again. We had everybody's favorite, Jeff Hardy. CM Punk. King Booker. Finley. Matt Hardy and Randy Orton. That seems like more. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
8,
6, 7, 8, 9?
9. Ooh, weird number.
That's odd.
And of all the guys, Mr. Kennedy was definitely on a hot run at the time, I would say. He was definitely looked at as, a future star in the company. I know I've heard things, interviews and random stuff about, Vince being really behind Kennedy originally.
Totally, but I'm reading the fine print here, and I see that he lost his contract in a match against Edge on May 7th, 2007.
There you go. That's where you got it. Because I was just about to ask you right before you said that. I don't remember.
He only had it for 36 days.
I don't remember him cashing in.
Yeah, so he only had it for 36 days, and then they decided to renege on their decision and give it back to Edge. So I guess Edge is, like I said, a two-time Money in the Bank champion. Because all I know is he really capitalized on that whole opportunist.
That's when he must have, then. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
And that became a thing where, like, that was like a part of his gimmick was he was the ultimate opportunist because he had cashed in twice. And I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty good match. CM Punk being in there, King Booker. Finley again, I guess Finley's just Old Faithful.
Yeah. I kind of feel like, also, like, nothing against these guys, obviously, but also like a Chris Jericho. Like, I feel like they were in multiple Money in the Bank matches throughout their career, just as, Old Faithful guys to, put some star power in there.
Yeah, it says that Edge became a member of SmackDown right away.
With the
and
money.
he held the contract for 1 day, 4 days, according to WWE, due to the episode of SmackDown being aired.
So who did he cash in on?
But it doesn't say. That's why I wish I knew. But I don't know.
I want to say Batista.
Maybe you can look it up while we talk. I don't know.
He went to SmackDown.
Probably was Batista, man.
During that time period, yeah.
Yeah, either way, we want to just talk about the people that won the briefcases anyway, which is your boy Kennedy. And that match, not the hero, we might as well just, since we're here. First match was 15 minutes, 17 seconds, the one at Mania 21. The second one was only 12 minutes. That's pretty short, the one with RVD.
Yeah.
And then the one we just talked about was 19 minutes, 10 seconds. The next one we have after that is 2008, and the winner of that one was CM Punk.
Yes.
This match had Mr. Kennedy, Chris Jericho, Shelton Benjamin, Carlito, John Morrison, and MVP. The match was 15 minutes and 12 seconds.
Where did this one take place? At WrestleMania?
WrestleMania 24. XX4.
Punk won.
Yes, Punk. CM Punk's first
Money in the Bank, yeah.
title win, yes. First cash, or sorry, you know what I mean.
No, but it was also, you're right in saying that, because CM Punk was yet to hold the world title or the WWE title at this point. So, yeah, when he won that Money in the Bank,
he held the contract for 92 days, it says.
A launching pad again.
It was at one point, eh?
Yeah, man.
It's kind of like what could have been, this is totally off topic, but what could have been with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah.
It's really been wasted, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I feel like, yeah, with some years, more so in the past, looking back, the Edge, Van Dam, Kennedy, Punk so far, all these guys, it was definitely, launching pad to their, well, Kennedy didn't win, but, launching pad to the main event main event spot.
Totally.
So CM Punk and Shelton Benjamin was in there again, you said, right?
Yeah, it was CM Punk, Mr. Kennedy, Chris Jericho, Shelton Benjamin, Carlito, John Morrison, and MVP. So, I mean, a who's who of the WWE talent in 2008, I guess, as far as mid-carders go.
So, random fact, did you know CM Punk he was a babyface as well when he won?
No.
And when he cashed in.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I remember the scenario being Edge had the title.
Yeah.
The world title. And I don't remember if Punk was on SmackDown or Raw, but Batista, I know, gave Edge a beatdown. And that's when Punk came in. And
do you think that was Edge's title from cashing in the year before?
Possibly, yes.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
highly
cool.
possible.
All right, so following year, we had, again, like we stated before, these ones, they kind of stuck with the Money in the Bank being at WrestleMania until, I don't know, we'll get to it, but at least the next couple. So the next one was at WrestleMania 25. It was CM Punk winning again. Christian, Shelton Benjamin, Kane, Finley again, MVP, Kofi Kingston, and Mark Henry. So Finley was definitely just the old faithful to...
And Benjamin?
Well, yeah, Benjamin, yeah, absolutely. What's that, 4 for him?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. I'm surprised he's not...
Picked to win up. Yeah.
or in this year's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that we're really going to talk much about this year's on here.
Yeah.
Give this episode a little more shelf life for people that maybe aren't listening right away.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But yeah, anything to say? I guess Punk won again. He held the contract for 63 days. And it was the first back-to-back Money in the Bank contract winner and the first and only at this point. And I'm surprised they haven't tried to bury that record.
Well, who's in it this year?
Who could win? Well, that's back-to-back, though. You'd have to have whoever won last year win again.
Which was...
Baron Corbin.
Okay, all right. Forget that idea. All right.
Yeah.
Good for Punk, eh?
Was it Baron Corbin? Yeah, because it was Sheamus the year before.
Yeah.
Or no, it was Dean Ambrose the year before, and it was the Sheamus the year before that.
Yeah, so back-to-back for Punk. Does it say who he cashed in on with this one?
No, it doesn't really give me enough, and I don't want to...
Dive into that as much, yeah.
Yeah, I want to stick more to this Money in the Bank specific talk, but no, it just says more or less with 63 days. That match, again, 14 minutes, 32 seconds, so they always kind of keep them around that range. I guess the one went up into the 19, almost 20 minute, but
not to...
they're shorter than I would have thought of if you asked me.
Yeah, not that much time, right? I don't want to dive too deep into the whole CM Punk debate here, but I wonder if he maybe was given another opportunity with the Money in the Bank and to win the title ultimately again due to the way his first title reign went. Because I know it's like well documented on his DVD and
that the first title reign wasn't the best?
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen that DVD, but it's been a while.
Yeah. And I think even the way they took the belt off him was kind of like, he didn't really lose it. He got like injured, quote unquote. And
which belt was it?
The world title.
Like the heavyweight?
Yeah. The gold classic.
Yeah, so maybe they gave it to him again. And obviously they liked him and they know he had talent. So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We can move on. The next one, again, WrestleMania 26 at this point.
Kind of missed that.
Yeah, so do I.
But we'll get to that later.
This one's a shocker for me, just because at this point I think I was completely out of...
Sorry, give me the year, the Mania again. My bad.
26, WrestleMania 26. It was in 2010 because the CM Punk was 2008 and 2009.
So, sorry, don't mean to cut you off here. I watched this one live.
WrestleMania 26?
In the movie theater. Yeah, but was not really into wrestling.
You just happened to check it out.
Yep.
Do you know who won this?
I believe it's Jack Swagger.
Yeah, it was Jack Swagger. And you won't believe again, Shelton Benjamin.
Wow, I don't remember him being in this one.
Christian, Kane, Matt Hardy, Drew McIntyre, Kofi Kingston, Evan Bourne, MVP, and Dolph.
Wow.
Ziggler, obviously. But
what do you think about that? Drew McIntyre was in there, eh?
It seems okay. I mean, I look at him so much higher now, but it's totally, 8 years later. It's quite a bit of time for him to... Yeah, I'm surprised they went with Jack Swagger, and at this point I'm surprised. Yeah, Shelton has never won, but I guess they've just never looked at Shelton in a world championship, WWE championship, nor any other black wrestler for that matter. Because I don't want to go down that road, but people can do their own research. In
2018, man, Big E
or Bobby.
Big E's winning.
That'd be cool, man.
I don't know.
Him or Bobby Lashley. I'd like to see either one of them. But make it the WWE Championship. The one that AJ's got, you know what I mean? So make history. They're always about making history. Make some history. But I don't know. There's he became the second Money in the Bank winner to cash in. Or no, to switch brands after cashing in, sorry.
Because he went to SmackDown?
Yeah, it says he held the contract for 2 days. So he must have cashed in like the night after Mania.
Awesome. That's a good time to cash in.
You know what I mean? Because it says 2 days, but technically to WWE it says 5 days because SmackDown was on Friday. Technically.
And he cashed in
on Tuesday night when they recorded SmackDown, but it didn't air till Friday. So it says he had the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it, yeah. I think it was Chris Jericho.
That he cashed in on?
Yeah. Because
Probably, I don't know. It doesn't say again.
Because I remember one match that stands out to me from that WrestleMania was Jericho and Edge for the world title.
Okay.
And Edge was the babyface because he had just returned from injury at that Royal Rumble, won the Rumble, got the shot against Jericho, who was his former tag partner.
Yeah.
Jericho, I think, retained the belt in this match, if I'm not mistaken.
And then Swagger cashed in.
Or maybe Edge did win it. I don't know 100%, and I'm not going to
Yeah. We'll stick more to the Money in the Bank.
look up to it right now. But yeah, Jack Swagger.
So neither of us, at this point, were probably watching consistently.
Yeah, no, I remember I had just tuned into that WrestleMania.
It looks like this was probably the year they started the Money in the Bank pay-per-view because we got 3 Money in the Bank matches in 2010.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Line them up. What were they?
So you had the one we just talked about, WrestleMania 26, with Jack Swagger winning. And then we had a SmackDown Money in the Bank match that Kane was the winner.
Okay, I remember this.
That included Christian, Matt Hardy, Big Show, Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, Drew McIntyre, and Cody Rhodes. So similar to previous Money in the Banks, we're starting to see a theme here with Matt Hardy's and Kofi's and Christian's and Ziggler, maybe a little bit. McIntyre doubled, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of the same kind of guys. Cody Rhodes. This one here, 26 minutes. Wow. That's significantly longer than any of the ones we've talked about so far.
And I think this is probably due to the fact that it was now on a pay-per-view with a lot of their guys who they would use in singles matches.
Rather than being at a Mania
to
open the show and pop the crowd. Kane held his contract for 49 minutes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He was the first wrestler to cash in on the same night. So, you should have said that. Sorry. It probably sounds better for the listeners if you say it than me just fucking reading it. But you know how it is.
Yeah, Kane, though. This was big for him. Again, with
first
this launching pad theme.
First world title.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, he cashed in on the world title, I would imagine, not the WWE.
Yeah, he cashed in on good old Rey Mysterio. I think after Rey just had like a grueling match with, it might have even been a Jack Swagger.
Shit.
You know?
Maybe they just kept flipping the title from briefcase winner to briefcase winner, eh?
Yeah, maybe. That kind of seems to be a theme too. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So I guess, I don't know if this was the same night, but we had a Money in the Bank with Raw.
It was, yeah.
With Miz winning. Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Edge, John Morrison, Evan Bourne, Ted DiBiase, and Mark Henry.
Wow.
So kind of a mishmash, I guess. I don't know. But I can see the Miz winning that match.
Of all those guys?
Yeah, honestly. Just because...
Even above, like, Randy Orton?
Yeah, like... I don't know. I feel like Randy was probably involved with DiBiase at this time, doing some shit.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're both, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They probably had their own thing. Who was Jericho feuding? Probably Edge or something? I don't know. But you know what I mean? I see, like, Miz was... I don't know.
Well, Miz and Morrison...
I was just about to say Miz might have been feuding with Morrison too, but I don't know. It looks like a match when I look at the year 2010. Okay, that makes sense. And this one, again, 20 minutes. So, longer, but like you said, probably due to the fact that these are, you know, first time on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So the rest are going to be kind of doubled up. We'll go through them unless you had anything else to say.
Well, yeah, like, I don't know if The Miz was, I don't know, I think...
Held the contract for 127 days.
Okay, yeah. I remember when he had cashed it in.
Is that how he got his first title reign?
Yes. Well, actually, what was crazy about this is I believe The Miz did have the U.S. title at this time.
Like when he won the briefcase?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
There was one point where he had, like, tag belts, a U.S. belt, and I think he had, like, a bunch of belts in a briefcase.
Because he had, this was before they unified the belts?
Yeah.
And you had to walk around
Big
with
Show.
both?
Yeah.
The Miz show?
Yeah, the Miz show.
No, the show Miz.
Show, whatever. Fuck, I didn't like
it.
That
It should have been the Miz show.
I thought it was such a fucking rip-off of the Jericho Big Show thing. Which it's so weird.
I forgot they did that.
Because
I got that confused, because didn't they win those belts as well?
Yeah, and at this time, The Miz hadn't really broken to his own, and there were so many similarities between suited up Chris Jericho and Miz.
Yeah. That's
complete, you know?
That's weird. I wonder if they did that on purpose, like, because of that.
Yeah. But huge for The Miz, man. Brought him into the next level.
Yeah, man. That's, I guess, first one for him. Who knows? He might win again here in 2018, but we'll see. Do you want to move forward?
Yeah, I just wanted a quick side note is that...
Yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to rush you along by any means. I'm just, keeping the show flowing for the people. Check it out at PWLB.
For sure. The Miz, though, this one means something to me, I feel like, because, I didn't see him cash it in live, but his title reign, I watched, like, that's right kind of when I got back into wrestling. So I think every other Money in the Bank after this, I'll remember all these ones now.
Okay.
Because I would have watched them all live.
So 2011, SmackDown branded. Here, maybe we'll test you for this one. Then
Yeah,
we'll make it funner for the.
Spoke too soon.
Funner. I can't even speak. We'll make it more fun for the listeners. Wade Barrett, Kane, Cody Rhodes, Sheamus, Sin Cara, Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, and the winner is the non-mentioned name.
Daniel Bryan.
Was
that in 2011?
2011.
I always think
branded.
2012.
Yeah. Nope. It was nope.
Daniel
I couldn't tell you who won, but we'll get to that. He held the contract for 154 days. The match was 24 minutes. Wow. Good for them. He was the first cash-in win against Mark Henry. Was nullified. It was the first time a successful cash-in was reverted. So I don't know what that means. Like, did he not become champion?
No, he did.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe the facts are wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say it's just Wikipedia. So we're more just looking at for who won the matches. That's basically why I'm on
I remember he
website.
He cashed in on... Yeah, it was either Mark Henry or The Big Show. It was after it was a chairs match at a TLC pay-per-view.
Maybe he kept the briefcase, like, when it means nullified, like, the match was just, like, vetoed. I have no fucking idea.
No, I don't know. I remember when he cashed in, because I don't know if it was on The Big Show, but The Big Show was pissed, and he was like a baby face. Daniel Bryan was a little shitbag heel at this time. And this is, honestly, huge, the birth of the whole Yes movement, almost, because when he won that title, he started doing that right away. The yes, just kind of annoying people. It's this guy just in your face, just yes, little Daniel.
Yeah,
Bryan.
that was his thing. Yeah, it was to be obnoxious, right?
Yeah, and it was great. I loved it. It's funny to think of how big it's become now.
Yeah, it's taken over, like, it's into other sports and shit.
Yeah,
there's fucking hockey teams doing it and shit. It's crazy in the NHL. But keeping with the same night, Alberto Del Rio wins the next one.
I was just gonna get to that. I was gonna tell you, your boy.
Yeah,
with a big win.
I guess he had a title run, so he's got to win something at some point.
He had multiple title runs.
Yeah, stop reminding me. So Alberto, we had Miz, Rey Mysterio, Jack Swagger, R-Truth, Kofi again, Evan Bourne, and Alex Riley. See, this was certainly. So who would you have picked? A time that I did not watch, because these are all, like, Evan Bourne, Alex Riley. I don't know if I've ever seen a match with those two wrestlers.
Really?
No. Maybe I've seen the fucking.
You've probably seen Alex Riley on NXT.
I've seen the Randy Orton fucking thing, the RKO. One of those.
Evan Bourne.
Yeah.
Because he does the 450.
Yes, I've seen that. And I seen Alex Riley when he was on NXT, and I thought he was cool then because he was kind of heel and he was a little bit different.
A little crazy.
I knew, yeah, but he didn't last long. So.
Well.
That was a while ago.
Random side note about not the winner, but Alex Riley there. He, at this time, man, he was, not to say he was looked at as, top guy, but he was definitely in the mix, because he was feuding with, he was the Miz's, protege, his sideman, his bag handler.
And they were in the match together?
But they were separated at this point. Like, they had a little feud going on, and Alex Riley was kind of always getting the better of the Miz, honestly. So it was like the Miz was kind of putting him over, and not to say that I thought Alex Riley would have won.
I'd like to see fucking Rey Mysterio with that briefcase, but.
Well, interesting fact about that match is that he almost won.
Was he kind of like the Chris Benoit, like in the first match?
Yeah.
Similar?
Yeah, Del Rio and him they had so many matches prior, and that feud.
Okay, I guess the whole Mexican.
I think Del Rio took off his mask, so Ray covered up, and then Del Rio fucking whacked him with the briefcase on top, like still attached, and then
fell and then
capitalized
and took it off.
Yeah,
fucking Del Rio, man, Jesus.
Another, if I could just go off, not really off topic, but more along this Del Rio briefcase win. Also later that night, Del Rio was called in to cash in the briefcase on old CM Punk, but CM Punk fled the building and left through the crowd with the WWE title. This was that night. This was the big CM Punk John Cena night.
Oh, yeah, Money in the Bank 2011. So he had his contract for 28 days, is what it says.
Yeah, I remember when he cashed in. Do you want me to get to that too? Or?
Yeah, get to it.
Yeah.
Donovan. What are you today again? What was the name? Oh, Daddy Don.
Daddy D.
Daddy D.
My dad now.
Yes, proud owner of a goldfish, ladies and gentlemen. What'd you name him?
Bobby.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Can you name him like get another one and name him Lashley? So
Yeah.
Bobby
Well, no, I was just gonna get him a little headband. Maybe get 3 other bigger fish to be his sisters.
Oh shit.
And then we could get little Sammy in the tank. But anyway.
Yeah. Don't want to get too off topic.
Back to the Money in the Bank. Yeah, man. I'll get back to Del Rio. Sorry, I'm all over the place, guys. This was a landmark night, man, for WWE in general, I feel like. Because this pay-per-view took place in Chicago, CM Punk's hometown.
Yep.
He'd ultimately, finally wins the WWE title. That whole big storyline was going on. And then the company had enough, belief to give a briefcase to another guy from that indie scene, Daniel Bryan, which was well documented. And obviously, Daniel Bryan was well known by the Chicago crowd because of his ROH history with Punk and everything. So, like, when he won, people were freaking out. And I remember watching it live being like, fuck, man,
this is a dawn
shit's changing. Yeah,
shit's changing around here.
I remember watching it being like, whoa, it was crazy.
Yeah, look out for a future look back edition, full look back edition of this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Something we definitely want to get to. Yeah, that'll be coming in the future for sure. Whether it's before, well, at this point it's definitely going to be after this year's Money in the Bank, but yeah, keep on the lookout for the look back.
But yeah, no, so back to Del Rio, who assisted him in getting the title ultimately was Kevin Nash. Sounds crazy, I know.
How did that happen?
Well, there was a WWE title match between John Cena and CM Punk. Kevin Nash, of all people, came and interfered, which had to tie in with something else. I'm not going to dive into that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Del Rio won the WWE title at SummerSlam.
Yeah, kind of happy I wasn't watching.
It wasn't that bad.
No, I don't hate him that much, but I don't know.
But I know he's not your favorite wrestler.
Certainly not. I wish I could be on video right now. But we'll move on, I guess, to 2012. We had another 2. It's taken us a little bit longer to get through these now that there's 2. But we had the SmackDown one again. Dolph Ziggler was the winner. Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow, Christian again, Tyson Kidd, Sin Cara, Tensai?
Oh, Tensai, wow. Albert.
Wow. And Santino Marella.
Oh, wow.
Very random bunch, I'd have to say, for, I don't know, what we've seen. It looks like Ziggler had the contract for 267 days.
Wait, sorry.
Quite a while.
Was Tyson Kidd in this match?
He was.
Oh, sorry, I just missed you saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow, Christian, Tyson Kidd, Sin Cara, Tensai, Santino Marella.
Wow. And then Dolph Ziggler with the win.
DZ. Coming through in the clutch. He ain't gonna... No, he's not even in the match this year. But this is his only win, obviously, right?
Yeah. It's crazy. I remember watching this one live, too. So, yeah, all these...
Yeah, I know. This is good to get your perspective because I
Yeah.
didn't watch any of this stuff live. So I kind of knew some of these winners, obviously, from going back and doing research.
Yeah.
But,
It's just...
research,
It's just trippy. It's like it was a good time.
For sure, man.
Good time in life and wrestling.
Anything to say about this match before I go to the other one, the Raw?
Honestly, I liked Dolph a lot at the time. Like, I was rooting for him. But who else I was rooting? I really wanted Christian. And I remember him being the Rey Benoit of this match. Like, he almost won.
Oh, man.
Christian. And I was like, I thought he was going to get it.
That would have been nice to have Christian and Edge both be Money in the Bank winners in their career.
Yeah, man. Especially with, Christian, maybe he doesn't always get the most credit, but he's fucking just as good, if not better, to some people.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Dolph Ziggler with the big win. And
this
huge.
match, 18 minutes.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
They kind of got longer, and I don't know, they seem to have, for each pay-per-view, for each year, you'll have one that's it's kind of 5 to 10 minutes longer than the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's small. I don't know if that matters much. I'm looking at the small little things here. The other pay-per-view, or the other match, sorry, on the same pay-per-view, John Cena for the win. John Cena for the win. Chris Jericho, Miz, Kane, Big Show. It seems small. It's only 5 people.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of guys.
5 people. Why?
Oh, because they were...
Somebody got hurt.
No. They were all previous... They were all champions. And all former You had to be a
World
former
champion?
You had to be a former WWE or world champion to get into this match. And all those guys were, right? We had Miz, Ray, Show.
No Ray. Cena, Jericho,
Ray?
Miz, Kane, Big Show.
Okay, okay.
That's it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you had to
Were
be
Kane
a
and Big Show
former-
like a thing the year together?
No, I don't believe so. But I remember a lot of hype and also me wanting this guy to win, but Chris Jericho, he was really
course.
talking the talk before this, because this might have been upon like his return, early in his return to the WWE of this time. One of his many comebacks,
Who's that?
Jericho.
Yeah.
And I remember the hype being him saying, you know, I invented this match, but I've never won it. I'm winning it. So
I think he said that last year too.
Fuck.
He might have been in it last year. But I see some good points I do want to bring up.
Yeah.
Cena, obviously the first wrestler to cash in and not win the heavyweight title.
Yes.
He held the contract only for 8 days.
8 days.
That's what it says. Maybe
Really?
maybe these are a little funky. I don't know. But there was also another thing I wanted to bring up. He's the second wrestler to announce that he was going to have a match.
Yes.
I guess, like we mentioned, RVD being the first.
Yep.
But yeah, shout out John Cena. 20-minute match. So I guess on this pay-per-view it was only not even a minute and a half longer than the other one. Again, small potatoes.
And it was the main event.
Yeah, but like you said, with it being a championship Money in the Bank match, that makes sense.
Well, why wasn't the champion the main event?
Pardon?
Like the WWE champion, that wasn't for the title.
Yeah, but I
It
mean,
was- like why wasn't the WWE champion the main event? See, this is a whole nother topic. This is gonna bring me to the whole Roman Reigns being the main event.
I don't want any of that.
No, because I'm comparing AJ Styles' title run to CM Punk's, because CM Punk was the champion at this time, but wasn't the main event. It was whatever John Cena was doing.
It's different right now because
I know,
we
but-
don't have a champion that's around.
But AJ,
No, I mean Brock's not around, so like AJ kind of is the main event.
he should be.
Oh, he should be anyway.
Yeah.
But I just mean like
Sorry, I don't mean to sound like one of those.
no. Like I mean, if I don't want to get too,
He should be.
I don't want to get deep.
I
down
love
this
AJ's
hole.
though.
But if Brock didn't have the belt and Roman had the belt and Roman was constantly being in the main events and AJ wasn't, then I could understand, because then it would be like Roman would be in the same boat as what Cena was. But you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I don't know. I hope we're loud enough on here.
I think we are.
I don't know. If not, we'll see. That's what testing's for.
Yeah, lost episodes, guys.
Yeah, we've only got one. It's out there. Maybe if we ever get some real diehard fans, we'll send you out that lost episode. But
Yeah.
should we move on?
Yeah, man. Hit me up on Twitter if you guys want that lost episode. I'll send it to you for a small fee.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get there.
So yeah, who do we got next?
2013.
Let me take a. Well, if you read me the guys, I'll take a
Yeah,
guess at it.
we'll do that again. I only did it the one time. So Cody Rhodes, Wade Barrett, Dean Ambrose,
Easy.
Jack Swagger, Fandango, Antonio Cesaro.
Wow.
And the winner,
Damien Sandow.
Damian Mother and Sandow.
Wow.
Second Money in the Bank winner to fail to win the championship.
It's crazy that it was the year after.
Yeah, it's weird that they decided to do that so closely.
He had it for a while, I feel like. The briefcase.
First wrestler to cleanly lose the cash-in match. I don't know what that means because I don't know how Cena's match.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Ended.
I remember this.
So
Okay,
fill
sorry.
me into that.
Here we go. Okay, well, back to the John Cena one quickly. He cashed in, I remember he said it a week previously. He wanted to cash it in on Raw 1000. You know, landmark show.
Yeah.
Makes sense. He wanted to. So, and then he went, challenged CM Punk and lost. I don't remember if he got screwed by The Rock or it was some kind of weird finish. It said Sandow was the first to cleanly lose, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I feel like it was a fuck finish with Cena.
He had the belt or the contract, for 106 days.
Yeah. So Sandow, Cena was cutting a
The
promo
match was 16 minutes and 24 seconds.
when he won the briefcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, he cashed in on a Raw, tried to do it on Cena.
Huh.
He kind of tried to jump him, and then they had a match, and
And what happened to Cena? Like who
he
attacked
beat him. He just beat him.
But who attacked Cena when Cena tried to catch?
Oh, The Rock.
Oh.
I don't know if The Rock really attacked him, but The Rock
Fucked it
got
up.
involved.
Okay, so that's why
And
it wasn't a clean finish.
Yeah. Punk turned heel. It was a whole bunch of shit happened. This Raw 1000 was awesome. Much better than Raw 25.
Yeah, for sure. Another match on the same night. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Christian, Sheamus, RVD. The winner was over to Donovan.
Wait, sorry. Can you repeat those guys for me?
So this was on the same pay-per-view as Damian Sandow, 2013 Money in the Bank. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Christian, Sheamus, and Rob Van Dam. Match was 28 minutes. That might be cracking the top of the list for length of matches in the Money in the Bank.
And the winner was, ready?
I hear voices in my head.
See, so I was actually throwing my arms up like Randy Orton, but I know you guys can't see it.
Yeah, Randy Orton, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
He held it for 36 days. That's the only little note we have. So what else does the Don machine have here to...
Don's the side notes?
Yeah.
Well, this might have been the first time, sorry to fanboy out on you here, but Van Dam and Punk were in a match together. Well, not the first time. One of the very few.
Pretty cool.
Which are two ECW Paul Heyman guys, you know.
Definitely kind of pretty cool, yeah. Odd mix. I mean, you got Daniel Bryan and Christian and Sheamus, who are all good.
Sorry, another, not to do it again, but this was Van Dam's first match back in the WWE.
Oh, yeah, because this is late 2013. Yeah, that makes sense. Huh.
And it was crazy how they announced it because there was a pay-per-view, whatever pay-per-view was the month before, went to a commercial.
RVD
promo. Next month, Money in the Bank. That's how he got reintroduced.
Well, that makes sense, though, because
cool.
he was Mr. Money in the Bank at one point. I know everybody was, but for him, that gimmick made sense because he was Mr. Monday Night. Yeah. So, anything to say about Orton?
I was definitely fucking surprised, dude. I was not expecting him to win at all.
Was this what did he use this to cash in? Was this the whole, when he had both belts?
Yeah, this is when he joined the Authority.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so not much to say.
He was in cahoots with your boy, the Big H.
Yeah. The game.
Yeah, he helped him get the title for a record, I don't know, 1,500 times. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Triple H has more, and so does Cena.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking.
Randy. I think Randy's got 12.
He's awesome. I'd like to see him get a couple more.
Same, actually. Randy was my first favorite wrestler, as I've said enough times on this show, but yeah. Now we're starting to get into more the territory where I was back into wrestling again.
All right.
Money in the Bank 2014. Now, I didn't see the match, but I see the winner, and I know that I seen this winner with the belt, or with the briefcase.
Could it be?
Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, RVD, Dean Ambrose, and the winner was...
Seth Rollins.
Seth
freaking Rollins, actually.
Freaking Rollins, as he is now in 2018.
Burn it down.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't see the match. He held the briefcase for quite a while. I saw him cash in the briefcase at WrestleMania 31. This was, again, the first WrestleMania that I kind of got back into wrestling. Funny that it was 10 years to the time that I watched it for the first time. And yeah, again, I've already been watching wrestling at this point longer than my first run.
Random question: How do you like your new run, the second run?
Oh, much better.
Yeah.
I don't know, better in the sense it's been more fun, and I'm older, and we do things like the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast that are awesome. And I mean, to be honest, nobody knows on the podcast, but me and Donovan would not be friends if it wasn't for wrestling. This is the only reason we originally became friends.
Yeah.
So between our jobs and wrestling, so yeah, it's definitely brought some good shit around, and I enjoy breaking it down from a totally different perspective than I did as a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
And I enjoy the podcast a lot.
Oh yeah, me too.
For the people that are listening as well, we thank you. Check us out.
But yeah, man.
Seth Rollins.
Again, I was not expecting it.
For him to win?
Yeah.
Who were you expecting? RVD again? Or Dean? Because I don't see Kofi, Dolph, or Jack.
I mean, there was that potential.
Maybe Dolph, because he had the thing for he was against the Authority at the time. He got fired or whatever.
And then you had... Well, no, that might have been... I don't know if that was before. Yeah, that might have been after. Because this is right after the Shield split. So, you know, you kind of... You thought Seth would be the obvious choice. You know? So when he went on...
He was almost the guaranteed pick, so you didn't want to pick... Yeah, I see what you mean.
And Dean, I remember, got screwed over. Like
in this match?
Dean was the guy who was supposed to win. I think he was actually up there, and the briefcase might have got raised.
Oh.
Or Corporate Kane. There was a whole bunch of shit that happened to old Dean. Like, Dean should have won the match, yeah.
That sucks.
But ultimately, it benefited Dean and only helped him because, the crowd just got so much more behind him.
Don't mind the cars outside, people.
Yeah, this little drag race going on.
It's hot in here. But yeah, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no.
Dean getting screwed over.
Ultimately, it helped him. The fans really got behind him and really hated Seth Rollins. So, and it brought some great matches.
And that cash in by Seth at 31.
Epic.
Yeah. Epic. Seeing Roman go down in the main event of Mania is always nice too. You can't complain when you see something like that. We'll move on to the next one, 2015. I watched this pay-per-view. I remember I had the network or whatever at the time. I don't know if you remember the winner. I think I mentioned it earlier in the show, but Ziggler, Kane, Kofi, Neville, Orton, and Roman Reigns. Sorry, the time on the last match was 23 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, so Ziggler, Kane, Kofi, Neville, Orton, Roman Reigns, and the winner? Sheamus was the winner.
Yeah.
Kofi might take the record. I don't want to look back at all of them right now, but Kofi might be in more than Shelton at this point.
What about Christian?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Christian's in quite a few.
Yeah, but not more than Kofi or Shelton.
Really? We got to look into that after.
Yeah, maybe. Anything to say about Sheamus? I just remember he won, and then I think he cashed in. Oh no, it wasn't the same night. What am I thinking? That was the next one. He cashed. I don't know where he cashed in. A Battleground or some shit. It was
Survivor
161 days later.
Survivor Series after the tournament because Seth
had
lost the belt.
Yes.
Roman won the belt.
Roman won the belt in the end of the tournament.
Ba-boom.
Ba-boom, and he got the bro kick. 20-minute match for the Money in the Bank match, but kind of a lackluster, not very memorable Money in the Bank run. I don't remember Sheamus much with the belt. Or I would keep saying fucking belt. With the briefcase. You guys know what I mean. But yeah, I lackluster is kind of the only thing. I'm not trying to bury Sheamus. I like Sheamus.
Yeah.
But
at the time, I remember not being super excited that he won. But also, I didn't really expect it, too. I was kind of like, oh, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a bad way or a good way, but I was just like, oh, Sheamus. Didn't see it coming. Ultimately...
Yeah, not exactly expected.
Brought him back to the title picture. So at this point now, we got a winner who was a former champion. Well, I mean, we had seen it in the past, but, a lot of these guys winning the briefcase, it took them to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Sheamus didn't really need to win it again.
And you're right.
But maybe
I don't know what they were thinking at that time, to be completely honest. But
well, this was like the rebirth of Sheamus because he had that whole. You probably missed this run, but he had that whole babyface run. In the years.
Oh, I do, because I remember when I had got back into it, he wasn't around, and he did come back, and he was a heel, and people were saying he needed to be a heel.
Yeah.
Because the babyface stuff just wasn't working.
Yeah, it got tiring.
But yeah, on to the next one, 2016. We had Dean Ambrose winning. I think you knew anyway. I wasn't going to try and make you guess.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and Alberto Del Rio.
Wow.
21-minute match in 38 seconds. This one was pretty good, I remember, but people forget because he only held the contract for 57 minutes because he cashed in the main event, and this was the night, I'm sure you remember it.
Oh, yeah.
As well.
The Shield.
All three members of the Shield had the WWE Championship in the same night.
Crazy. History.
Definitely history being made in that sense for a faction to all hold the belt. Well, a one-time faction to all hold the belt in the same night.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Good for Dean. Again, I think people forget about this one because it was so quick.
Yeah.
But people don't necessarily, or I don't, forget about Dean's title run.
Oh, no.
So you got to kind of think of them as they're almost, conjoined.
Mm-hmm.
His briefcase run would be almost like his title run because he cashed in so quickly, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I got you.
But yeah, anything to say about that?
No, I do remember being pretty surprised that he cashed in the same night because, I remember I was watching that main event and that was Seth Rollins' return match, his first return match where he was challenging Roman.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
And I think Seth, he beat him, right?
Yep, he did.
Clean.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was like,
Good
wow,
night.
this is what they're doing. I was surprised. And then all of a sudden...
I was happy because I think at that time I was much bigger of a Seth Rollins fan than I am.
Oh, I think we all were.
Now.
Yeah.
Which it's starting to come
I don't mean
around.
it like that. No, I've always been into Seth. I didn't, sorry.
No.
No, I just didn't know where it was going.
This guy's worried Seth is listening.
Yeah,
Sorry, Seth.
You could be hearing me, so, want to keep in the good books.
Jesus. All right, well, the next one, we get into some women. Carmella,
Oh.
2017.
Did we watch this together?
Most likely. I feel like we've watched a lot of
Well,
them.
see, the last ones we didn't. I remember. Because I remember where I watched. Like,
Where,
we probably were.
Sheamus and Dean?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if you're coming over here and
Yeah, no.
chilling as much as hanging out and talking podcast stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back then. I feel like we've progressed.
Wow, we've already gotten to the Carmella one, eh?
Yeah, buddy. We're almost through this, and the show's almost an hour long, so I don't want to keep it too long for the people.
Yeah.
We're at 50 minutes, but we'll probably try and make it 60 and go from there. Maybe we'll get a quick prediction for our Money in the Bank for 2018 at the end here. But yeah, Carmella winning first women's Money in the Bank match. We had Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Natalya, and Tamina. That's it, eh? Doesn't seem like very much.
This match opened up the show.
5 people.
Does I remember?
Probably. 13 minutes. First ever women's Money in the Bank.
Historic.
Yeah, these numbers are whack. Because, sorry for the whole podcast so far, because it says Carmella had the contract for 2 days, which is not true.
Yeah,
she had the contract for almost over a year.
Yeah.
Or not over a year, sorry, but you know what I mean. She has had it for a long time. She just cashed in recently after WrestleMania in April. So, sorry about that, guys, but it's not really significant, I'm sure. Our talk is more just about the winners and letting people know our thoughts on the people that have won the belt. But yeah, first ever women's Money in the Bank. Cool match. Kind of got fucked around with James Ellsworth.
Yeah, and they actually ran it back. Because I think... Remember they
Maybe
did it
that's why it's saying that she held it for 2 days.
Sorry, Wikipedia. You were correct.
Yeah, so maybe that is the case because they had a second match
on SmackDown.
On SmackDown where she actually won.
Yeah.
But yeah, same night, Baron Corbin is the winner. Lackluster, buddy.
Who else was in that match with Baron Corbin?
I'll tell you. AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, okay, we did watch this together because I remember. Do you remember me? How upset I was when Baron Corbin won?
Not particularly because I don't remember Shinsuke being in this match. So when I read that, I was a little shocked.
I remember freaking out.
I remember the next night, I remember us watching Raw or whatever.
Yeah.
And why it's kind of hard because it's just Baron Corbin. We don't like him to begin with. I know Younger. Shout out to Younger's not an episode tonight, but shout out to Younger's a fan. Yeah. To each his own. You know what I mean? If you like Baron, that's you know what I mean. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
It's just like I like Jeff and you don't.
Exactly. But I used to like Jeff. I just think Jeff's not a role model for kids.
Okay.
Different topic altogether. But Baron Corbin, also the third Money in the Bank winner to unsuccessfully cash in his Money in the Bank.
Wow.
He didn't challenge, though. He did it after.
He just kind of snuck up.
He snuck up after a match. How was it? Who was he? Did he challenge AJ?
Jinder.
Oh, Jinder.
Yeah.
Jinder. He challenged Jinder.
It was a weird situation,
My boy.
I think Jinder and Cena might have been having a match. And, Corbin.
That's crazy, man.
I think Cena with the distraction and Jinder got the roll up, and that was it.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, Baron Corbin. I guess the plans changed on you.
Yeah.
Because we'll move right on. I guess they moved on, but that was a 29-minute match, so
it was the main event of the show. I remember that. Yeah.
Pretty good. 29 minutes again. I think that might crack the top for the longest. I think 28 was the longest before that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. But the next one, like we said, it is Carmella on SmackDown Live, winning the.
Okay.
So they have that listed again with the same people in the match. Again, a 24-minute match. I'm curious what the... wow, they gave him 13 minutes on the pay-per-view and then gave him 24 on SmackDown.
Nice.
So, again, me worrying about stupid shit. But, yeah, those are all the Money in the Bank winners that we've had in the history of the WWE, starting with Edge. I'll probably give you a quick rundown of all of them if you want.
Yeah.
Just kind of in an order. Sorry about that. All right, so we had Edge... RVD, Mr. Kennedy, CM Punk, Jack Swagger, Kane, The Miz, Daniel Bryan, Alberto Del Rio, Dolph Ziggler, John Cena, Damian Sandow, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, Sheamus, Dean Ambrose, Carmella, Baron Corbin, and Carmella. Yeah, pretty cool show to run through all of those. I don't want to talk much more about them. I think we gave quite a bit of thoughts. Maybe go through quickly, I don't know if you want to talk there for a second while I see if there is somebody that takes the cake for the most.
Well, yeah. Do you have a favorite at all? A favorite winner or one that?
Personally, yeah, I think it's going to be Edge.
Yeah.
Just because I saw that one.
Yeah.
And it was the first one, and I like the Money in the Bank has a kind of a special place just because like I only watched wrestling for a short time back then, and I happened to be watching when that became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was never a big Edge fan, but the fact that I think again I saw him cash it in live, like I remember sitting on the couch as a 13 or 14 or however old I was at the time, and being like, "What's going on? Like, is he?" Because we didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
We thought it was just like a match. Like we had no idea that you were allowed to just cash in afterwards. So that was really cool. That's definitely my favorite.
It's funny you say that because I remember that too back then, that like not knowing that you could do that. I remember thinking like, okay, this guy's now a number one contender for a later date. Like I didn't think you could, do it that way.
Yeah,
They didn't clearly explain it.
No, not at all. But Edge was the first one to do it. So then at that point, then you never knew. I wish there was more over all the names that we went through that were people that had chosen matches. But,
like similar to a John Cena, you mean? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Like I think that would be more like if somebody like, I don't know if we went into it, but Daniel Bryan, like whenever he cashed in, like stuff, people like that.
Yeah.
I wish those characters did more of a straight cash in. But before we end, we got a couple minutes. We got about 5 minutes here before we should wrap it up. Yeah. Do you want to give me a prediction for your Money in the Bank for this coming weekend for, June 17th, 2018 for anybody listening currently? I can give you the members of each match.
Yeah.
So we got Strowman, Balor, Miz, Rusev, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, one member of the New Day, and Samoa Joe. Women's, Ember Moon, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, and Sasha Banks. I'll give you mine first if you want to just kind of have a thought about it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking for the Money in the Bank match, I want to say The Miz, and I know you're probably going to say that too, so I'll say Kevin Owens, just because I think the Kevin Owens promos with the briefcase, ridiculous, awesome. You don't, whoever's writing that isn't going to have to do much work.
Yeah.
And for the women's, it's as much as I think it could be Ember Moon, I think it's probably going to be Charlotte because she's never won. But at the same time, they could also throw a complete
monkey
bone, and make it Lana.
Yeah.
I just hope it's not Naomi because I feel like Naomi's been given enough as of late.
Well, that's why I don't think Charlotte will get it now that when I think about it like that.
Because she's never won.
You know who I think? Sorry to just jump right to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sasha Banks is going to get it. I do.
And then her and Bailey will do something?
I'm not sure what, but I just feel like, no.
That's all they do.
She'll get it. I think Sasha Banks. That's my pick.
Shit.
Yeah. I would like to see Charlotte win. Like, if it was, if I could say who I want.
Not bad
Charlotte.
at all, man. Not a bad pick. What about for the men?
Man, like I've said to you on a previous show, like I like the fact that I don't really know who's going to win.
Yeah, it's pretty star-studded as well.
Like, I think they could go completely left field, man, and we could get Bobby Roode winning it or Big E. Like, you know what I mean?
That would be my
like,
least
I don't
pick,
know.
honestly. I would rather Big E or Rusev take it than Bobby Roode.
I don't know, man. Bobby Roode might be...
Maybe, unless he turns heel the next
sleeper.
fucking night, man, he has the briefcase.
He'd kill it.
In a suit.
I think he would do very well with that.
Cien Almas.
In that position.
I don't know. We'll see. Either way, I think this show's been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
If there's anything else you wanted to say, we can more or less close her down.
Nope. That is pretty much it.
Yeah. This was definitely a good one. I'll probably, like I said before, I'll probably throw this into the Look Back playlist. So, I mean, obviously, if you're listening to it at this point, you know where it's at. But this will be thrown into the Look Back, and it'll just be kind of a Money in the Bank winner Look Backs. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Don't forget, like I said before, check us out on all the stuff at PW LookBack on Instagram and Twitter, Pro Wrestling LookBack on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe on there and check us out. The website is prowrestlinglookback.wordpress.com, and if you want to send us any emails, ask questions, you can do that on the email address prowrestlinglookback.gmail.com. You can also send us tweets, Instagram photos, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Get at us on there. My personal Twitter, if you're interested, is @Salsa, SCELSA. You're going to find pretty much pro wrestling anything to do with auto racing, mostly Formula One, and some Star Wars shit on there. If anybody's interested in that, check me out there. Donovan?
Yeah, my Twitter is at New School Money, NEWSKOOLMONEY. I had to spell it extra slow from a boy younger. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him if he's listening. We wish you were here to spell that for him right now.
Yeah, man.
But, it's all good. We'll get you on the next one. And we're just trying to pump them out here, get as many shows as possible and see what people are feeling. But thanks for checking out the Pro Wrestling LookBack Money in the Bank winner LookBack show.
The Winner's Circle.
The Winner's Circle. Thanks for checking us out, guys. I'm Nick.
And I'm Donovan. Stay classy.